Okay, it's 12:55. Come on, bro. It's 12:55 afternoon on May 19th. Yeah. So, I slept from 6:20 to about 11:45, and then I went back to bed for about one more hour because I was so tired. Um yeah, I last night I planned to go to bed at 5. But what happened was that I suddenly got a stomach ache and I went to the bathroom. And that was such a terrible stomach ache. And once again I thought I got stomach flu. It was so fucking bad. Um so yeah, tonight I want to go to bed at 4, but I don't even know how that's possible. Maybe 4:30 is fine. I'm gonna take a couple of melatonin pills, but yeah, what a goddamn terrible stomach ache. I was stuck in the bathroom for an hour and 20 minutes, uh, including like 40 something minutes of like in the bathroom. And yeah. Um, but yeah, here I am. Today is the last day before tomorrow when I will go to San Francisco. And today, it should be chill. I'm gonna take a bus to Tova's place and we're gonna edit together. It's gonna be nice. And I may also hit up Ralph's and buy some toothpaste, and then that's pretty much it. Um, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't really have a lot else to say. I gotta start packing. Was I productive yesterday? Yeah, I guess ish. Um, but I still have stuff to do. I still have the Steel Ball Run video to finish editing, which I think is totally possible to finish editing today. Um, I also have like Stranger Things to watch, but not very interested. I don't know. Okay, I'm still scared of my stomach going crazy. Um, yeah. But I'm excited for San Francisco. It's a nice little escape. It's a nice little escape, and yeah, I'm excited for what's to come, I guess. Okay, time now is 12:23 after midnight. Yeah, so, oof, we are, first of all, 0 days away from San Francisco and also 53 days away from graduation, or 54, 55. I forgot. No, no. So when I got the piercing is 60 days. So this makes today 56 days left. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be quick because I haven't had dinner. Today was okay. I, yeah, today was fine. I woke up and I went back to sleep for one more hour because I was really tired. And holy shit, it's gonna take 2 hours to export this 30-minute video. I don't know why my laptop's so fucking bad, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, so, um, I planned to do a bunch of shit today after I woke up, but I unfortunately didn't do any of that. I instead, had a stomachache again, which is really concerning. And then after the stomachache, it was already 3 p.m. and I spent some time editing the Steel Ball Run video, and then it was already 4-ish. I promised Tova to come to her place at 4:30, and that ended up being 5:45 because I made myself lunch, which is rice with chopped up tofu, ground beef, and corn, which I've never had before. I mean, I've had something similar, but never like this. And it's pretty good, pretty filling, pretty nutritious, I would assume. And then I headed out to Tova's place, took a bus there, walked there, I arrived there, and it was really nice. Tova immediately noticed my piercings, and he's like, "Oh, you got your ears pierced. Oh, you're a grown man now. USC has changed you." And I also gave Tova her gift. I saw Lizzie for a little bit, and Lizzie's dressed up really nice because she's going on a date. And she's trying to get on 10 dates with 10 guys, and she wants to write an essay about, what she learned from dating 10 dudes. And in my head, yeah, I know Lizzie's like just broke up, so I'm like, okay, wow, a little soon maybe. And also, it's just very radical. It's just very like out there, just like 10 guys as fast as possible. And then she's like, oh, we had sex. And Tova's like, oh yeah, they had sex on the couch. And I'm like, oh. And Tova's like, just kidding. And Lizzie's like, no, in the kitchen. And Tova's like, wow, slay, or something like that. And I just like, again, I'm just so far removed. She's nice, and I almost forgot how sex positive she is. Because I'm like completely the opposite. Again, this is one of those like alien planet moments where it's like people talk about relationships, people talk about sex, and those people being younger than me. Lizzie's probably not younger than me, but to me, it's just like very alien concepts that I just don't understand and I don't have any experience with, and yeah. So I'm just like, okay, Lizzie's gone, and then we spent about 3 hours editing the doc, and we had some good progress. My laptop's insanely slow. But oh my god. My laptop's insanely slow, but what ended up happening is, yeah, we just edited and we talked, and it was good, and then I left at around, 9, and then I took a bus back, and so here we are, the final night before San Francisco. It feels nice. I know sometimes traveling can feel like a nuisance. Like it's like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I have a deadline. I need to pack, blah 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 blah, and it's like a little stressful. I get it, but oh my god, it's getting slower and slower. Yeah, but okay, I may want to restart my laptop, but I feel like if I restart it, it's gonna fuck everything up. Okay, I'm sure it'll be fine. Um, but yeah, I what was I gonna say? I like this feeling. I like this feeling of, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna be somewhere, and I have no choice, and now I gotta pack because I'm gonna be in a new environment, and also all by myself. I've done a lot of solo traveling. I've again solo traveled day trips in Japan. I went to Kyoto, but with my cousin and brother, and I also went to a day trip to Santa Barbara. I also went to Cannes by myself. On the first night, I was just there by myself. So I've technically solo traveled before, but this feels like the first time ever where I truly solo traveled on my own accord completely, booking accommodation and booking the flight all by myself. Yeah, like Kyoto, the place was selected by my aunt, and in Cannes it was more of a group effort, so there isn't as much uncertainty. But in San Francisco, it's all by myself, and it's the first time for me to have a solo trip that is completely by myself. Granted, I will be meeting the Woos and Daniel Pan and Ethan Kwan and Kate Xiao a couple days later. But for the most part, this is a solo trip, and not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited. I spent a good amount of time digging out shit from under my bed, including the globe and this. And I got the red luggage. This is what I'm bringing onto the plane. Yeah, hopefully it's small enough to be considered hand carry. I should probably check. But if not, I can get that. But that fucking thing is even bigger than this, so this should be hand carried. I think this is fine. Anyways, it's midnight. I gotta eat. I gotta pack, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I don't. It's good that it's only 3 days, so I don't actually have to worry that much about bringing anything. I only need to bring 2 sets of clothes. Oh, I need to actually get my blue luggage out because I have a bunch of clean bags in there. But yeah, I need to 2 sets of clothes is fine. Again, I'm going only 3 days, so I don't need to bring braces. I don't need to bring a shaving kit. 3 days is like short enough so that the food in my fridge won't spoil and that there won't be too much dust in my room unattended, but long enough so that I get to like go around somewhere, right? So 3 days is not bad. But yeah, I gotta fit everything in here. So yeah, a couple sets of clothes, trash bag. I need pajamas, Crocs, the usuals, right? And then let me think. Yeah, some snacks, definitely. I have a Google spreadsheet, so I'll be able to figure it out. But yeah, excited, and yeah, I only booked one flight, so if I have to get back and the woos cannot drive me, then I'm kind of fucked. But I'm sure they'll figure something out. If they cannot drive me back, then it'll be a true betrayal. Then it'll be a true ass betrayal. Then I think they would feel terrible. Yeah. I also need to record a few episodes of Stranger Things because I'm gonna watch there. I'm also gonna bring book to read there. I'm also gonna have to write my essay there. But yeah, I can forget about editing, and which is crazy because this Steel Ball Run video is taking me a whole day to edit, and it's taking 2 hours to export, 2.5, for some fucking reason, and yeah, and I hope I have enough time to edit other shit today, but yeah, that's it. Okay, time now is 9:18 a.m. in the morning, on May 20th. I slept from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. So that's like 3 hours. I feel terrible. I couldn't fall asleep immediately, first of all, and also last night I just couldn't fucking sleep early. I just cannot. I finished watching Steel Ball Run episode 1, which is really fucking good, but I didn't have time to watch a movie, which is fine. I can give that up. But just yeah, the whole taking a shower just takes a while. With the ear. And after I got onto bed, I felt hot, and I went upstairs to turn down the AC. And then somehow the AC didn't turn on. Somehow the AC still stuck, and I'm just too lazy to go back upstairs and then do the whole thing again. So I just try to fall asleep there and then. And even right now, the AC is still like not cold, and it's not turned on, which is like, of course, the moment I want it to turn on, it doesn't turn on. The moment I want it off, it's on. But yeah, I have to leave my apartment in about 3.5 hours, and I have a bunch of shit to do. I gotta finish packing, I have a couple videos to finish editing, and I need to screen record some Stranger Things. So, yeah. But I'm excited. I'm excited to head to San Francisco. There's a lot of stuff I'm like not that well prepared. Um, like I usually am in trips. but I think that's good. I can just decide the night before where to go the next day. Yeah, hopefully some people like the Woos can bring me around and not just meet me for Palo Alto. Yeah, I'm so fucking tired. And like my roommate started cooking at around 9 a.m. I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to sleep. Yeah, there's also this whole conundrum with like my CAN accreditation thing. ZNOC, Enoch Lie, the ZNOC is not matching up with, like, it turned into one word, and then I emailed Sandrine's assistant yesterday, and she's like, oh, it's the system thing. Like, it has to be formatted this way, even though last year it was fine. I don't know. Yeah.
For your safety and the safety of those around you, keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're in your seat.
Hope this works. Oof. There we fucking go. Ingenious. This is ingenious. Okay, here we are. I have no idea where am I going after this. So far, better than LA. At least here you can take a train to the city center. In LA, you're stranded. There's also fucking music, because why the fuck not? Old-timey Airbnb. Old-timey apartment. Restroom. 210. Why is there blue tape? That's interesting. Okay, 210. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ooh, okay. That's... Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's explore this room. So this is the bed, which I'm sure is large enough. The beautiful scenery. This is my bathroom. Looks pretty clean. Shower towel. Boom. There we go. Thank God. Okay. Looks nice. Looks pretty clean. It smells. It smells a little bit. Smells like bathroom. Smells like a clean bathroom, but nonetheless smells like a bathroom. Also, no AC, which right now it's a bit of a problem, but I'm sure at night it'll be cooler. Okay, there's a lamp here. There we go. So, I'm not gonna take too much stuff out. I'm gonna be, yeah. Laptop set up here. Some of my phones and wallets and whatever over here. I think we're pretty good. The original plan is leaving Monday morning anyways. So I thought maybe I should move some stuff around so that the schedule would be improved. And I thought maybe tonight I could go to one more place, because right now the sun is still up. the sun is still up and there's still time to explore around. You know, tonight I wanted to go to Pier 39, which is the biggest, the tourist attraction of San Francisco, pretty much. But I thought maybe I could fit a little bit tomorrow night, and then tomorrow morning, I actually don't have a lot of time. Tomorrow at 2:55, I'm going to meet my friends at the Caltrain station, and we're going to take it directly to Palo Alto to hang out. So tomorrow, a bulk of tomorrow, we'll be just hanging out with friends at Palo Alto, not even San Francisco. Sunday, I have the entire day to myself. But if we have to leave at 9 p.m., that means there's still a time crunch. So I tried to move stuff around in the schedule, and then I realized I can't, because places are kind of spread out, and what I have is what I have. So we're going to stick with the plan. We're going to stick to the plan. Tonight, Pier 39. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to wake up extra early so that I could visit Chinatown. And then I'm going to meet them up at the Caltrain bus stop, at a Caltrain stop. And then Sunday, it's going to be a little hectic because I'm trying to hit the Japanese Tea Garden, Fort Point, and then Mission Dolores, and it's going to end there. Now, the tricky thing is Andrew still cannot confirm whether he's leaving on Sunday night or not. But either way, the schedule should be more packed. Also, it's really hot, and I have to turn on the fan, so don't mind if I do. So right now the plan is I'm going to settle down, and I'm going to use my laptop and chill for a little bit, maybe an hour, maybe half an hour, charge my phone, and then we're going to go out. We're going to go out to Pier 39, and we're going to have some clam chowder, which Andrew recommends. And it's going to be great. I'm going to eat a lot of food. I'm going to spend $1 bajillion, but it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice, okay? And then tonight, I'm just going to chill here, so, et voila. There goes day one of San Francisco. I'm so tired, if you can't tell. I fell asleep on my chair just now. I'm so insanely tired. I'm gonna go to bed as early as I can because I'm already falling asleep. But today's not bad. As far as solo travel goes, it's not bad. San Francisco is prettier than I'd expected. But Fisherman's Wharf. It's overrated. It's overrated, touristy. It's one giant tourist trap. And, yeah, I mean, this place is better than LA, but so far, as far as I can tell. But that is a very, very low bar. Also, I got a bottle of water from the restaurant. I don't want to drink the water from the pantry because it's actually tap water, and even though it's filtered in a pitcher, it's still better to actually get water from the store. So tomorrow, if I'm free, I'm getting some water in the store. Maybe a couple bottles. That would be nice. And then that's it. I'm really excited for tomorrow. Chinatown's definitely going to be better than Fisherman's Wharf. Also, what are these colors? What? Also, it's hot. It's stuffy. In this room, it's stuffy. Okay, time now is 10:59 a.m. This is for my regular thoughts update video. I slept from 3. I think it's 4. I slept from 3:45 to 10:45, which is a good 7 hours sleep, but I wish I could sleep more. Yeah, yesterday was interesting. It's so interesting waking up and seeing an unfamiliar ceiling. But yeah, last night I did finish watching Sorry to Bother You. I finished that whole film in one go. I also worked on the outline for my essay film class essay, which is quite nice. Yeah, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if I mentioned this last night at all, but did I mention this or did I not mention this? Because a bunch of shit happened yesterday. But before I feel like I didn't mention anything. Oh my god. So yesterday morning I was really tired, really sleepy, and Sandrine WhatsApped me, and Sandrine was like what's going on? Did you get the email that your accreditation is approved? And I'm like, oh my god, first of all, fuck yes, I'm going to Cannes. But also, what? Really? So I went to my Cannes account. I typed in my username, my personal email, and it says they can't find my account. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I told Sandrine. Sandrine was like, what? Sandrine called me, and Sandrine's like, hi, I'm sorry, it just, like, it takes too much time to type. This is faster. So yeah, so what's going on? I feel like there's a mix-up between your old account and your new account because you got rejected in your old account. I think you ruined it a little bit, like you threw it off. I'm like, oh yeah, probably, but I did see the new people in my old account. So yeah, I typed in my US email, I went back to my old Cannes account, and I found my accreditation approved, and it's not approved for 2025, it's approved for 2026. I saw Cheyenne and Julian and Colin and Camden in there. Yeah. But yeah, within a few minutes, Sandrine spoke with her assistant, and her assistant did some magic where he combined my old account, he combined my personal email and my US email into the same account. So now I'm officially approved for Cannes Film Festival. Oui. Et voila. So yeah, I'm going. And yeah, so I packed really fast. I feel like I didn't even, so I had a stomachache again in the morning. It wasn't even a stomachache. It was, I had milk and cookie and cream cake, and I'm like, you know what, I should go to the bathroom, because what if I'm lactose intolerant? I can't handle that on the plane. So I immediately went to the bathroom, and I didn't even continue packing until the last half an hour before I had to leave, which is fucking crazy. But really, it's just my washeries and my charging cables, and then a little bit more stuff for my backpack, and then that's it. I double checked, I got everything I need, and then I called a Lyft to LAX, and I was really scared that I was going to be late. Really scared, because the plane leaves at 3 p.m. and I originally wanted to call the Lyft at 12:30. I didn't call it until 1:10 p.m. But somehow the Lyft was super fast. I arrived at the airport at 1:30 somehow, and then I was able to make it past the TSA. I didn't need to check in because I have no bags. I have no luggages or suitcases. And then TSA was fine, and then the gate was literally there. I didn't need to take a shuttle bus or anything. So that was convenient. On the plane, I fell asleep. I just fell asleep for about half an hour. I was drifting in and out, and then I spent the rest of the plane ride writing the essay about love. And then boom, I'm here. The plane was so fast too. The flight was supposed to be an hour and 30 minutes. The flight actually took like an hour, and then we landed, and then I got out quite early. So arriving at San Francisco airport, I navigated my way to the BART train, which was not really that confusing. I was confused at first because I didn't do any prior research on how to get to the city center, but turns out everything's okay. And then I arrived at the BART train. I arrived in the city. There's a little bit of shock when I came, as per usual, whenever I arrive in a city that I've never really been before. I'm just like, ooh, found this building and came in here and settled down for an hour. Really, this room is not good enough for the price that I'm paying. It's stuffy, there's no water, it's small, but I can survive here just fine, yeah. But yeah, and then last night I went to Fisherman's Wharf, which I find quite overrated. The tram ride was awesome. It was beautiful, it was very pretty, but the Fisherman's Wharf, Pier 39, that was so touristy and food was bad. I was dying of hunger. And yeah, unfortunately. Okay, but last night was nice. I was able to finish a movie, which I didn't even know I could. I originally thought that in the entire trip I wouldn't even have time to watch anything, but I just watched a whole ass film last night, so that's great. And then took a shower, which wasn't too complicated. Last 4 days I take a very long time taking a shower because I'm trying my best to avoid my piercings. Last night I was a little bit more crude towards my piercings. I didn't just let the water hit my ear, but I was less, scared of it. But right now my piercings are fine, but this actually, I don't know. I feel like I'm going through some kind of reaction in my left ear. Because now my left ear is hurting a little bit. Right ear is fine. That's a strange development. Okay, anyways, slept. I had a bajillion dreams, and I woke up at around 9-ish, and then I fell back asleep, and then I went back to sleep for 10 more minutes. I dreamed about a bajillion things, and they're all mixed together, and the only thing I really remember is Michelle texted Guillermo del Toro about me, and because we went to see a Guillermo del Toro film a long time ago, like a year ago, which didn't happen in real life, and I got emotional or whatever, and then Michelle texted him And I just felt really betrayed. Like, why would you tell Guillermo del Toro about me? So I thought about stopping being friends with her. Yeah, aside from that, not much else. I also DM'd Kaylin last night, and I was like, are you free Saturday? And Kaylin's like, I might be on set. And I'm like, huh. When Kaylin's like, how about Friday? And we're like, maybe. We're both busy-ish on Friday, but afternoon we're both free, which is good enough. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Kaylin, but I just want to be hanging out with anyone. I just want to be hanging out with a girl. So gotta do that. And then yeah. Excited to see the Woos gang today, and Ethan and KJ will be there at the Caltrain station, which is pretty fucking crazy. But yeah, and yeah, a bunch of people. Apparently, like John Kim and Bien Bagui were all at San Francisco, but they're not gonna show up today because K-Shay's gonna be here. And John Kim and K-Shay cannot be in the same room. And also, I thought Finn Liu and Nobi were at San Francisco, but I think they're not anymore. Instead, I think Finn Liu is at Las Vegas right now, and then Tolo's also at Las Vegas. Yeah. What the fucking kind of car is this? Well, we should say more about what's up, guys? Yeah. We should like Febreze it up in here. Right now. We are living in the future. That's actually so crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Some like March oh my god. Shit.
I got the sauce. Is it gonna be like Stardust? Stardust or DK?
I know you like the diptyque.
Ooh. Toby.
Basketball campus.
No, Toby.
Toby, where are you?
Hit it.
Wait, Filipino Ethan and Ethan versus Filipino.
Wait. Wait, hold on. I wanna. Holy shit!
It's like a cross country team.
Wait, to go back. Holy fuck! Holy fuck! No! I got scammed! Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck! Okay, thank God I have my phone in my wallet. Because I just got fucked over. Guy told me to get off, and I'm fucking stranded. Okay. I'm fucking stranded. Okay, fuck me. So, of course, fucking course. So here's the situation, because I didn't have time to get the ticket at the Palo Alto station. Me and my couple friends, we thought we could just wing it. We thought we could just wing it and go on train. Hopefully the train security guard wouldn't check us. He did. The security guard came and checked us, and well, I haven't done anything. My two friends, they're locals, so they could show their Clipper card, which is a Bay Area card. I don't. I have nothing. So me, another homeless guy, we had to go downstairs, and apparently we need to tap our cards outside. So security guard was like, get off, get off. So I got off thinking, I was so naive. I thought that I could just get off the stop and there's like a stand there and the train's gonna wait for like a minute. And I'm gonna go in there, tap the card, run back in. Turns out it's a scam. The security guard wants me off. And I have my phone and my wallet with me. Thank God I brought my phone with me. Thank God I'm not that stupid. And so I'm calling an Uber now to San Francisco. $14, not too bad. And I just called my friends and I told them to wait for me. Get my stuff and wait for me. So I'm fucking stranded in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I am right now. This truly the Bay Area adventure. Holy fucking shit. I don't know what I would have done if it's like if I wasn't with my two friends. Okay, this is Bayshore, right? This is the name of the stop. Because my two friends, they were originally planning to get off at South San Francisco Station, which is before this one. Had they got off, I would have been alone. And if I was alone, I don't know how I would handle this, because my bag and my camera is up there. My bag and my camera, right? That's thousands of dollars worth of stuff. And my passport is in my bag. And that's I could fucking sue the train for this, I think. I think I can sue the train for this. I just got coerced. I got scammed. But yeah, let's talk about today. Jesus Christ, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay, today was fun. Chinatown. I wish I'd woken up earlier. This is a rare case where I'm like losing time. When I solo travel, I'm always ahead of schedule because I'm like a very fast traveler, I guess. But today I was losing time, partially because the trams and the buses are pretty slow. They get delayed all the time. But yeah, I went to Cafe Zoetrope. I wish I had the time and the money to sit down and enjoy a meal and pay Francis Ford Coppola some money. That would be really nice. One of the cinema greats. But instead, I went over to Chinatown, and my ideal plan was to get breakfast, a quick breakfast, and then a quick lunch. But I guess I was a little stubborn because by then it was like 1 p.m. and I have about like 1 hour and 15 minutes to accomplish that, which is not a lot of time. So I went to Golden Gate Bakery, waited in line for a little bit, got the 2 egg tarts, tasted amazing. Hot, fluffy, crispy, outside, tender and sweet, and the inside really good. And I like Chinatown. I like the way it looks. I like the stores, the shops. It's better than Fisherman's Wharf, that's for sure. And then I looked for lunch, and I'm a bit stupid for not having done any prior research. But I should have done some prior research. I should have Jesus Christ, I'm stranded here. Okay, I should have done some prior research. I went to this restaurant called Sambo and has a lot of reviews, and the rating's pretty high on Google Maps. I got in, and immediately I was like, oh, it's a little gentrified. The menu is like paper menu, and the font is nice. So that's a bad sign. If it's a little more rundown, it's a good sign. So I ordered steamed rice rolls, and it's cold, and they give you mustard instead of soy sauce, which is already a red flag. And then I also bought sesame chicken with rice because I thought, I don't know why, I thought it would be like bakjikai, like poached chicken, and I thought it would be nice and tender and juicy, but no, it's the Chinese American styled deep fried kind of sesame chicken. It's really crispy and dry, and the rice was drier on the drier side, and there's 3 steamed broccolis in the whole meal. It was honestly very underwhelming, and the server spoke Cantonese to me, which is really nice. I love speaking Cantonese to people. I truly love it. It's my mother tongue. But the meal just wasn't that good. I'm so sorry if you're a fan of this restaurant. I'm so sorry. It's just not good. And I really wanted a drink because the food was dry. The food was really dry. Even the steamed rice rolls felt really dry. And I wanted milk tea. They don't sell milk tea. I asked the server, and the server's like, we used to sell milk tea and lemon tea, but we don't. I guess I'm just too much of a Hong Konger to ask for milk tea and lemon tea. And the server was like, but if you go to the park and then go across the street, you'll find it. Yeah, so anyways, I didn't have the time. I was looking at my map, and I saw that I have to leave at 2:21. At the very latest, 2:21 p.m. to catch the 2:25 bus to the Caltrain station. And so that's what I did. I didn't buy any tea or whatever, and I thought I would have drinks later anyways with my friends. So I rushed over to the bus stop, hopped onto the bus. The bus was on the slow side, but I made it to the Caltrain station right on time. Not right on time, 4 minutes before the train leaves, 4 minutes, at 2:51 p.m. And I immediately bought the ticket, immediately found the train, even though it took me a while. Hopped on the train, felt good. And then I arrived at Palo Alto, and the rest is nice. I hung out with my friends, and it's a really nice town, actually. I mean, it was downtown, but it was really nice. Lots of tech companies, very Asian, lots of boba, matcha, sushi, you name it. We went to Stanford Mall, which I'm not a fan of outlets. I think they're quite boring, but we walked around and it was fun. It was relaxing. It was whatever. And then we got matcha before that, which I was so desperate for a drink. Okay, my friends have arrived at San Francisco. That's so crazy. Okay, I gotta go now.
You going to another Caltrain?
Yeah, it's a complicated story.
They don't pick up at this one at this time?
They do. I got kicked off the train, and then I have to race it back, basically.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't pay for a ticket.
Please use your seatbelt.
You're a savage.
Yeah. No, because I was like, I didn't have time to buy the ticket, and then
Yeah.
I thought that
You have the Clipper card on the phone?
No,
or
I'm
you were
not.
intentionally not trying to pay?
I'm not local. I'm from LA.
Okay.
So
okay.
I don't have the card, and I was visiting friends, and yeah.
But so they wouldn't let you like download the transit card on the phone and just just pay for it right there?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Scan it, and they couldn't scan it inside for some reason, which I know now that I also went outside to scan, and the doors closed on you. And then if the doors closed on you, every door probably closed at the same time. So they couldn't open it, and the dude that maybe could have opened it, I know he wasn't laughing at you through the window while the shit took off. You get what I'm saying?
I think he saw me walk outside though.
But like, if he saw you through the sliding door, he would have helped you open it from the inside. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he didn't like laugh at you and the shit leaves, right?
I didn't know. I didn't really see him.
Oh yeah, so the shit just closed on you, bro. Yeah, there was not enough time.
You just closed.
Now
in like
imagine if it closed and he's an employee and he looks at you and like, oh my bad, bro. You know, like then he's just being an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
And he's evil.
Right.
Yeah.
He's evil. Now you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I think everything that just happened is unfortunate. I noticed this because I do San Francisco Uber, and I just saw that you're going Caltrain to downtown.
On Brannan Street.
Oh, you're good. We'll be there real soon. Fuck
Okay.
it. But what part of LA, bro?
I'm actually a USC student, so I live near USC now.
Gotcha. But like, were you like San Fernando Valley?
Okay, let's continue my talk over the phone. Where was I? Where did I leave off? Right, so I took a train to Palo Alto where I arrived and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be so crazy because I rarely meet USC people outside of the LA area, especially the USC area. So seeing USC people I know, but outside of LA, feels like reality glitching. I arrived at Palo Alto, and they were like, come to the other side. So I went to the other side, and I found no one. I went to the other side of the train tracks, went through the tunnel underneath, saw no one, and then I went back to the other side. And then I went back to the other side again. And then there they are, Brandon, Andrew, and their friend Julian. And I met them. And so we had to wait about 30 or 40 more minutes before Ethan and Keisha arrive on their train. So what happened was we just walked around, but when we did that, Andrew and Brandon, they have to film a video, a little self-intro video, and send it to someone because they are basically sending a self-tape for Mr. Beast because they are invited to appear in a Mr. Beast video, which is fucking insane. So I filmed them, and then a little bit later, Ethan and Keisha showed up. And then that was like around 4 p.m. And then I was dying of thirst. I was so thirsty. And I don't know why I'm so thirsty in the last few days. Like even back in LA, I was already extremely thirsty. But yeah, I was really thirsty. I went over to this matcha place where I got a matcha with strawberry, which I've never tried. Drink it. It was fine. I still crave milk tea. There better be milk tea tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So there better be milk tea tomorrow. But anyways. Wait, hold on, I gotta... Okay, so yeah, we had the matcha, and we walked for a little bit more, and definitely the dynamic was a little bit awkward at first, because again, I feel like the woos, and Ethan and Keisha, they are in a group chat with Daniel Pan and Harley and Ted, and I'm not. So I'm kind of an outsider, but then again, I know Ethan and the woos for a good while already, especially the woos. Yeah, I think Ethan and Harley, again, I met them at the APCA web series shoot, which is January 2025. And then the Woo, Andrew Woo, was like ancient history. I met him January 2024, right? But yeah, anyways, it was a little awkward at first. Like, they're not really talking to me. But I try to make conversation. I talk to them. And again, I don't know, I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I really need to just... instead of begging people to like me by assimilating, I'm just gonna be relaxed, and I'll talk if I want to talk. I won't talk if I don't want to talk. If things don't work out, then things don't work out, you know? and I'm glad I have a more relaxed approach now. I think with only less than 2 months in my undergrad college life, I want to go with that approach. But yeah, but it went kind of well later. Like I would joke around with Keisha and Ethan a little bit. Ethan drank the matcha super fast, and then he went for more boba and made it 25% sweet because he just really wanted more drinks. But yeah, we eventually arrived at a little parking lot where we have the Woo's Tesla Model X. The doors crank open like a fly and its wings, and it's really fancy. I've never sat in a car like that. We drove over to Stanford Mall. By the way, Palo Alto, the entirety of Palo Alto is basically one giant village for Stanford students. And yeah, the Stanford Mall is literally an entire outlet for Stanford students. Really big mall, really big outlet. Yeah, I find it really boring. Everything's super pricey and it's full of rich people, full of fancy restaurants, and I've seen places like this a bajillion times and I'm never really interested in these kinds of places, but I'm not really complaining. I'm just walking around with a camera. And yeah, we went to this RH, which is this really fancy furniture store. And the furniture inside, it's like IKEA, but everything's super pristine. Everything follows a strict color palette of white and light brown and plants, and everything's like classical, like Greek and classical Roman statues and books and stuff like that. After a while, we left, we went back to the car, and we went to the Woo's apartment. The Woo's house, which is all the way in the suburban parts of Palo Alto, sort of on the mountains. Beautiful house, ginormous house, huge yard, huge backyard that includes a covered up swimming pool, a basketball court, a little hill with a hen with 3 chickens. I've never touched a chicken in my life, I think. I got to pet a chicken for the first time today. Keisha grabbed onto it, held it, and the chicken started flapping, and it was hilarious. And then there's basketball dunking, and it's been years since I've touched a basketball, and I've probably played basketball less than 20 times in my life, and I think today is the first day where I dunked a basketball. I threw the basketball through the hoop and it landed. I wish it was on camera, but I didn't really want to film myself in front of everyone. But I believe today was the first time I ever dunked a basketball through a hoop in all 23 years of my life. So that's something. And I was very unsporty. Ethan, people laugh at Ethan because he's very unathletic. He's kind of a nerdy type guy. But I'm even worse. I'm very stiff and I'm very awkward. I threw the ball and it was awkward. And people were like throwing the ball around me without acknowledging me for a while, and then I sort of chimed in and I played with the ball a little bit. And yeah. But it was fun. It was fun. It was leisure. It was relaxing. Yeah. The Woo's friend came over, and then a while later we drove to the Alpine Inn to have dinner. This is the Woo's birthday dinner. And yeah, I wanted to eat something good finally. I feel like so far my meals in San Francisco in the Bay Area have been pretty subpar, right? The dinner last night was mid, the lunch today was mid. The only good thing I had so far was the egg tarts. So the Alpine Inn, the food was nice. It was okay. It didn't blow my mind, but for what it's worth, it's nice. Yeah, for what it's worth, it's nice. And I got Alpine Smash Burger with coleslaw and then a frozen lemonade. I wish I could have gotten alcohol because it would have been nice to drink a little bit. But yeah, also I just learned that Ethan is actually younger than Keisha. I always thought Keisha's younger because Keisha's a cohort lower, and turns out Ethan's the younger one, which is really shocking to me. But I guess that makes sense. Ethan radiates youngness. But yeah, we ate, and then we even had some fries, some nachos, chocolate cake at the end, and it was nice. And then we went to the car, went back to the Wu's residence, stayed just for a little bit, and then so at that point it was pretty late at night. It was like 9 p.m. and me, Keisha, and Ethan, we have to hop onto the Caltrain back to San Francisco at 11:56 p.m. That's the last train. But we do want to stay and we do want to hang out. We thought about maybe doing karaoke, but then it's like, nah. And at the end, they were like, how about pickleball? And I thought we're just going to play in the lawn. I thought that's it. We're just going to play pickleball in the lawn in the back. But no, we went to the University Club Palo Alto, which is just a couple of random tennis slash pickleball courts just in the middle of nowhere. And we went there, and you can just go in and you can just play pickleball. And I've never played pickleball before. I've played badminton, albeit I haven't played badminton in a year, and I'm very rusty. And and everyone's more athletic than me. But we played, and I messed up a lot. People were laughing at Ethan again for not being able to play pickleball well. I was struggling even more. I would miss balls, but somehow I'm proud of myself because I'm not as bad as I thought I am. Right? I still catch balls. I still serve them. 90% of the time I serve them right. For everyone else, it's 100%, but 90% I serve right, and it's more than I thought. And I had fun. It was a leisurely thing, and it's fun. I like to get my body bouncing around. I feel like I'm usually very stiff. But, yeah, and also I'm used to badminton, and with badminton, you hit really hard. I'm used to hitting really freaking hard. And so Keisha saw me serving, and Keisha's like, wow, you go really hard with the serves, and the ball go really high. But I think pickleball courts are shorter, or maybe it's just pickleballs are never meant to go that far, but I went really hard. So, yeah, that's basically it. And then the lights suddenly turn off at 11 p.m. sharp. And then so we all left, and we still have about an hour before the last train, so we thought maybe we should go somewhere else. And the Wu's thought we should go to the Melt, which is the BCD of Palo Alto, BCD being a Korean restaurant in LA, in Koreatown. So it's a restaurant they frequently go to. It's the go-to spot, except the Melt is closed. So we don't really know what to do, so at the end, Julian decided that we should all go to get mango lassi at this Indian restaurant, which is still open. So we went to this place at 11:30, and we got the mango lassi, and then we immediately walked over to the Caltrain stop, which is like, 3 minutes away, 5 minutes away. And that's when the climax of the day really hit. We walked through an underpass, and we're like confused on which side of the train station we're supposed to be at. And then we're like, no, it's the other side. So we went through the underpass. We went to the other side, and we ended up in some park. And we're like, oh, it's the wrong underpass. So we went back, and then we went onto the train station platform. We went through the underpass, back to the other side. And at that point, we were running. And we had about a minute before the train arrives. So I'm like, great. And then we saw a sign saying that if you want to buy tickets, buy on the other side. So the original side that we came from. But the train is coming in a minute. There's no way. So we're all like, you know what? We'll just go in there without a ticket. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure they won't check. So me, Ethan, Keisha, we hopped onto the train. It was nice. We got nice spots on the second floor of the train. We talked, and it was genuinely, I've known K-Shay since April last year. I've known Ethan since January last year. It's the most we've talked to each other, and we're not talking to each other about film. The good thing is Ethan's super into public transit. He's like a genuine, like, and I say this in a good way. He's a nerd. He's super into trains and buses and public transit. He loves Japan. He loves Japanese public transit, and we were just talking about that, and talked about like walkable cities. And it was nice not having to talk about film all the time. And then suddenly, the train staff showed up. This middle-aged Latino bald guy, big glasses, in red shirt. He came and he was like, "Show me your passes. Show me your cards. Show me you paid." And at that point, I wasn't that nervous because I thought, it's okay. I'll figure something out, you know. So K-Shay and Ethan, they have their Clipper cards on their phones, and they somehow was able to convince him that they paid. I don't have no Clipper card. I'm not from San Francisco, and I don't have a ticket or anything. So I was just like, "Oh well, I'm not from around here, and my card didn't work." And he's like, the staff was like, "Okay, get outside of the train and tap the card." And I'm like, "Can I do it with a credit card?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay." And I thought I could just, you know, follow what he says, but to an extent. And I thought I could get away with it easy. This other black homeless guy also got grabbed. So we both got down, and then my nose started bleeding. And I'm like, "Okay, great. It's fine." I got the wrap paper for the plastic straw that I used for the mango lassi, and I used that to cover my nose. I ran back upstairs and grabbed a piece of tissue from my backpack, went back down. So the train stopped at Bayshore Station, and I was like, okay, so what do I do? So me and the black homeless guy, and supposedly another guy as well, were there. And at that point I thought maybe I should just sneak into the next cart and pretend that I've disappeared. But I didn't do that. I was too nice of a guy, which is bad. The train staff showed up, and also there was a PSA saying, if you didn't pay for a ticket, you will be fined $75, which is fucked up. I don't want to spend $75. So I thought, okay, the train staff wants me to get off the train, find a machine, tap it with my card, immediately run back onto the train, which is stressful, but it's probably gonna, you know, $8, $7, whatever. It'll be fine. The train door opens, and the staff was like, get off here. I got off, the black homeless guy didn't, and I couldn't find no fucking machine. I turned around, and the train door's closing. And my first instinct was, I saw the buttons on the door, and I tried to press them, because they are emergency buttons that allow you to press open. I tried to slide my hand into the gap between the doors, but then the doors keep going, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to lose my arm. And also the buttons, they're not fucking buttons. The train door closed. The train door closed. And the train just left. And I watched the train leave. I'm like running after it, and I realize it's not gonna, me running after it won't change a thing. So I watched the train leave. It's fucking gone. And I'm just like, holy shit. For some reason I wasn't that nervous. Maybe it's because I'm tired, but also I'm just like, okay, calm down. What's the best move? So 2 things saved me. One is I have my phone. I have my phone with me. And I always bring my belongings with me, but I could have just left without a phone. I was shocked that the train staff would trick me into leaving the train. Maybe it wasn't a trick. Maybe he thought that I could find a machine and tap it and run back. But I was just unlucky. But yeah. Second of all, Ethan and K-Shay originally were supposed to get off at South San Francisco Station, which is before Bayshore. because it is closer if they get off at South SF and then take a Waymo or something to Sunnyside. But their new plan is to go back to SF with me and then call a Waymo from there. So, so this means Ethan and Keisha are on the train, and they have my stuff with them. My camera, my passport, my whole backpack, my I-20, it's with them now. So I got off, I went to this random spot. I immediately called an Uber. It's coming in 8 minutes, and I called Keisha, and then I called Ethan, right? I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call an Uber, please wait for me. Get my stuff and wait for me. So they did. They arrived at SF before I even got onto the Uber, and they're waiting for me. I got onto my Uber, and this guy, he's really friendly. He's like Cambodian American. He started talking to me like, what happened? You want me to take you to another Caltrain station? To explain everything. And we had a very nice talk. And he's talking about his friends and how he's been to every country. I told him I'm from LA. I don't know why I said that. I guess it was just an easy answer. And then I later revealed I'm actually from Hong Kong. We just talked and talked. We talked about USC, talked about Stanford, but yeah. So thank God, even though I'm spending $14 just to get from Bayshore back to SF, it's the only way. So I got back, and at around 1 a.m., Keisha and Ethan are waiting for me outside of the Caltrain station. They gave me my stuff back, and then still in the same Uber, I added one more stop so that he could drive me back to this hotel. And I arrived at around 1:15. Holy shit. Holy shit. Looking back, while that is really crazy, it's not the craziest thing ever. Like, at least I got my phone and I was able to fix the situation super fast. It didn't escalate. But me being tricked to get off the train is really fucking insane. And probably on par with the whole San Isidro, San Diego bus situation that I have experienced in December of 2023. But that was so crazy. Thank God nothing went wrong. So 2 more things. One is, the Woos are confirmed to show up in the Mr. Beast video, which means tomorrow at 9 p.m. they're gonna drive back to LA, and I have to go with them because I don't have a return flight. So this means the schedule for tomorrow is now moved earlier. So tomorrow I have to wake up at 9:30 a.m. sharp, which is gonna be tough. It's doable, it's just tough. Also, they're not going to drive up to San Francisco from Palo Alto and then drive back down to LA. I have to take a Caltrain again from San Francisco to Palo Alto, and they'll meet me there. Which means at around 7:30 p.m. I have to leave this place. Yeah, which is tough. So, I have to do that. The other thing is Chapman, not the university. Chapman is the name of a guy whom I haven't seen in, 15 years? Maybe not 15 years. He was someone I know back in Form 2, back in my secondary school. So Form 2 was 2016, I believe. And then he left the school, and I've never seen him again. It's been 10 years since I've seen the guy. 10 fucking years. But throughout the 10 years, we follow each other on Instagram. And we would talk just a little tiny bit. He knows a lot about movies. He watches every movie ever. Even though he's not that much of a, classy cinephile. Like, he watches a lot of artsy stuff, and then he would rate them very low stars. But anyways, he saw my Instagram story, and he's like, let's link up. So tomorrow, I will be meeting him. But I will not be changing my itinerary. Instead, I told him I'll be at Fort Point at 2 p.m. So he's going to be there. And we'll meet up and then we'll hang out. Which works really well because I don't want to be alone at that place because I want someone to take a photo of me when I do the vertigo thing. And then, yeah, and then, I think, let me think, yeah, that's tomorrow. And then a couple more miscellaneous things. I spoke with JD, the Singaporean girl, told her I'm going back to Cannes. She's really happy. And I talked with Maisie a little bit. I don't know why my conversation with Maisie got a little personal when I told her that I'm with the Woos, and she's like, I don't know who they are. And then Maisie's like, oh, I'm not with the SCA film production people anymore. I'm not tight with them anymore. But and I said, you're with the virtual production people. And she's like, yeah, I find myself more comfortable with them. And then I told Maisie, I don't find myself comfortable with anyone. I'm rarely comfortable in USC. And she's like, yeah, same. And it's just such a nice, heart to heart, out of nowhere. Jayun DM'd me out of nowhere because I jokingly tagged Zimbabwe as my location. And then we talked a little bit. But that's pretty much it. I gotta go to bed as soon as possible. That was such a fucking crazy day. But I'm glad it happened. 53 days left until graduation. Something interesting's gotta happen.